So Death remix. J.E. y'all. Run DMC to the beach, y'all.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Married to the Game. My name is Toni Ward, and I'm a travel agent training specialist with Evolution Travel, and I'm here this evening to provide you with the training that you are not going to forget, okay? This is called Married to the Game. Now, I'm going to guide you through this journey because you decided to take the next step and dedicate yourself to your financial future using Evolution Travel as your vehicle, okay? Now, being committed to your business has great similarities to being married. And I'm going to use marriage analogies to help explain the importance and benefits of true dedication and commitment to your goals. Now, listen, you guys, even the marriage ceremony has similarities and correlations to your business. Think about it. Think about the ceremony, the celebration, right? You have the flower girl laying down the rose petals. That kind of symbolizes the path and the systems that have been put in place for you already. The leaders, the people who have gone before you, laying down the systems, the way, showing you the way, showing you the path. That's what that symbolizes. And what about your bridal party, right? Your groomsmen, your bridesmaids, those people, your flower girls, those people that are in your wedding party symbolize your team of supporters, the people who are there to, cheer you on as you celebrate in the goals that you have accomplished, okay? Now, you will find that being married to the game has much more to offer as you walk through this training that I'm going to give you today. Now, I want you to enjoy the training, enjoy your tools, and remember and understand, you guys, in this particular situation, divorce is not an option. The marriage between you and your finances, believe it or not, is forever, okay? It's completely up to you if you decide that you want to be fruitful and multiply. So let's do this. Let's jump into this training and figure out exactly what's going on. Now listen, you guys, I'm going to quote this to you because I absolutely love it. I fell in love with winning and failure became my ex. Now I'm married to the game and I am sleeping with success. Understand that, recognize it, and figure out what it means to you, okay? Once you make up your mind that you want to succeed, and once you make up your mind that you want to get to that next level, it is impossible for you to go back to that ex-boyfriend that was failure, okay? We're not doing that. We're winning all day long with Evolution Travel, and I want to make sure I help you understand exactly how to do that. Now let's talk about it, okay? How many of you are in a relationship? Who out there is in a relationship? You're in a relationship, you know what? Think about it. How many of you are in a relationship that's a good relationship? If you are, think about it. Yes, I'm in a good relationship. Even fewer of you are in a relationship that's a good relationship where you both actually like each other, right? Some relationships are just tolerated relationships, and those good ones are you like each other and you're having fun and it's a good relationship. Now, what if you are blessed enough to participate in a relationship with somebody, right? Good relationship, you like each other, you're having a lot of fun, and you want this to last forever. That's when you get to the point where you are ready to say, I do. You are ready to commit to that person. You then are ready to be married to the game. The same thing with your business. You like your business. You're having fun with your business. It looks like something that's going to be, long lasting. It's giving you financial longevity with your business. You are ready to just commit 100% to that particular business. That's when you are ready to get married to the game. You are saying, I do to everything before that told you you couldn't, right? You are turning that I don't, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't to that I do. You are committed, right? You have the ability to professionally be successful and be married to the game. So congratulations if that is you. Now, whenever you start a relationship, in the beginning of any and every relationship, of course, there is that initial attraction, right? You're not gonna pursue anything that you're not attracted to. That even goes for friendships, relationships, romantic relationships, and business. You're not going to get into a business that you are not initially attracted to. That attraction that brings you to that business can be so many different things. It can be the possibility of money that you can earn with that business. It can be the possibility for travel, all of the perks that you can get with that business. It could be the possibility of actually traveling and meeting people in that business. So there is some initial attraction. With our business, of course, people are attracted to all different aspects of the business. You can be attracted to building a team, traveling at a discount. You can be attracted to booking travel, tax deductions. All of that stuff has to do with your initial attraction. Now, super cool, because when you're in the initial attraction phase, something had to attract you. There is usually, in this part right here, this is when you as a travel agent, say you're building, you want to portray whatever it is that's in this business that is attractive to you. And that's how you develop your 30-second elevator conversation. You're getting out there, you're doing what you need to do, you're putting that initial attraction. This is where you are on Facebook and people are looking at your pictures of you out there having a good time in the Bahamas. You're out there having a good time on your cruise. You're showing, how this is giving you financial freedom. This is that attraction. You are attracting people to your business so that they'll want to build a relationship with Evolution Travel. So that initial attraction is very important when you're in the business. Okay, so we're attracting now. You've put out the bait, you lured them in, they're ready to go. Now they're like, okay, I'm attracted, I see you, I got it. We're across the room, we're at the bar, you winked at me, I like what I saw, I came over to you, and now we're flirting. Flirting with your business is almost the same thing as flirting with somebody else when you're about to start a relationship, right? The flirting aspect is the same. How do you flirt, right? You're flirting with the business because number one, you're flirting with the idea that maybe I want to start a relationship. You're flirting with the idea that maybe this business might be for me. You're flirting with the idea that, okay, this could turn into something great, right? Let me kind of poke around and see. It looks good. It sounds good. It might even feel good to go on these vacations. I'm going to kind of flirt with this idea and figure out if this is something I want to pursue, okay? So the flirting part of the business is the second stage when you are going to become married to your business. So, when you're flirting, you're like, okay, well, let me run his name through Facebook and see. Let me run his name around my circle, see if anybody has heard of him. See if he's dated any of my friends. See if he has any bad reports, right? The same thing with Evolution. You're flirting with the idea of joining the business. Well, let me run his name through the Better Business Bureau. Let me pull up some stuff on Facebook and see if it's a scam. Let me ask my friends if they've done any business with Evolution, if it's been a good business. Let me kind of see what's going on. You're flirting with it. So in this flirting stage, this is why your Facebook and your social media should be a clean representation of you, because you represent your business. The same in a relationship. You meet a guy, you kind of like him. The first thing he's going to do is look on your Facebook and see who's calling you babe. They want to see if you're out at the club all night. They want to see if you're taking care of your kids. They're doing a background check in this flirting stage. The same with your business. They're going to do a background check to see if this business is something they can actually commit to, right? Because this stage right here is very important. They're going to do that and figure it out. This is also the page where you got to play fight. Like you're play fighting, you're going back and forth. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, do you have problems in your other relationships? Well, why did you break up with them? Well, what's going on with this? So the same thing. Do you have problems with your clients, your agents? Well, how do you help your clients? Well, do you give us leads? Well, what about this? So this flirting stage is where you're kind of like going through an interrogation, if you will, in a nice way, in a flirty way. Well, maybe this might be something good. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me check with my husband. Let me check with my wife. Let me check with my friends. Oh, I think I heard about that. That is the flirting stage in your business, you guys, okay? After the flirting stage, of course, you've done your research. You found out that Evolution Travel is like the best thing since sliced bread. You're loving it. You're having a good time. You're like, okay, I got a good one. Everything looks good from here. Everything I've researched online is the same. same with the relationship. Okay, everything seems good. He hasn't dated any of my friends. Okay, I haven't heard anything bad about him. All right, so all that stuff is good. So, okay, well, maybe we can go on a few dates. Let's see what it does. Let's see what happens. Let's go on a few dates. The same thing with evolution. You know, you pass that flirting stage, like, okay, well, fine. I've done some research. I've heard what you had to say. Maybe I will hop on that Q&A call with Toni. Maybe I will come to a travel party. Okay, well, cool. You passed my initial test. I'll come out to the Super Saturday and see what you guys are talking about. Those different things, you know, okay, I got the information. All right, cool. Put me on the three-way. That's fine. Put me on a three-way. I have no problem hopping on the three-way. Let's see what happens on the three-way, right? So now you're dating. Those are dates. The three-ways, the travel parties, the virtual travel parties, the Q&A with Toni. All that stuff is part of your dating, right? First date, second date. They might miss a date. They're like, okay, they didn't come. I don't know why we set a date. They didn't come. It's the same thing. So you guys listen. It really depends on the person how many dates it will take to go all the way, right? It's just like a date. It's just like a date. You know, sometimes you're dating somebody and you can't expect them to go all the way on the first date. It's the same thing with the business partner. You're dating somebody. I mean, you're dating, yeah, travel party, phone call, whatever. You can't expect them to go all the way on the first date, you guys. So don't get mad if they don't go all the way on that first date. They might need a couple days to kind of fill you out before they want to go all the date. And listen, ask yourself this. Don't you have a little bit more respect for people who don't go all the way on that first date, who kind of fill it out a little bit, see what's going on? It's the same thing with your business, you guys. If you put yourself in the mindset that you are building a long-lasting relationship, the same way you build a long-lasting relationship with people, you can definitely respect the fact that they want to wait to the second date, maybe the third date, who knows? But don't get upset if they don't go all the way on the first date, okay? Now, you've been dating, right? The initial attraction passed, you've been flirting, you start dating, everything looks good, and they finally decide on one of those dates, we are going all the way, okay? Now we have exclusivity, we have commitment, super cool. Now it's time to go ahead, put your money where your mouth is, and get started. This exclusivity represents when your new agent actually gets started, okay? They have signed up. They have decided to sign on the dotted lines, pay their money, and become a travel agent with Evolution Travel. Super cool, right? So what happens when you're exclusive with somebody? You're not dating anymore. You're exclusive. It's just you and them because they've decided now, okay, I only want to do business with Evolution. This is going to be my travel agency of choice. What then? Okay, time to meet the family, right? Wouldn't you definitely correlate that to introducing a new travel agent in the Welcome to Evolution page, in the Evolution Travel page? I mean, that would be the same thing. You're welcoming them to Evolution is just like you introducing your new person to your family. Hey, this is my new agent. Everybody welcome my new agent. Hey, everybody, this is my new boo. Let's welcome our new boo to the family. Same exact difference. This exclusivity and this commitment is you welcoming the person into your life, into the inner circle, because the ones who are actually agents with Evolution Travel would be considered your family, right? We're the family. You're introducing them to the family, right? So you're thinking to yourself, let me ask you a question. As a child, you know, elementary school or whatever, and you, the little boys, little girls, give you the little notes and says, will you be my boyfriend? Yes, no, maybe, right? Check the little box. Once you check that box, baby, it's a wrap. It's a complete whole entire wrap. That little box, that little, you know, commitment contract that you signed is probably more set in stone than anything ever else, because they mean that. Once you check that box, it is it, okay? So it's the same thing. You check the box, you become an agent, you're exclusive with Evolution, you're in there. This is now you're meeting the family, okay? Now, super cool because at this point you're able to start learning more. You've been introduced to the family, so now you can get some family type training, some family type information. This is when you're going to start doing your PTA training. This is when you're going to start learning more about the company. This is because, you know, when you're exclusive, you start learning more about that person you're dating, right? You might start spending the night, spending more time at their house, spending time around more people that they're with. Same thing with this. Now you're going to start getting introduced to more of the agents, some of the leadership, going on retreats. You're really kind of getting to know what the company is about. You're exclusive now, you're committed, and you're learning more about what the company is about. And you like it. Things are going well. Things are going really, really good. You decide, you know what? This looks like something I really enjoy. I'm loving the training. I'm loving the people. I really want to get more involved. And at that point, you decide, I want to be engaged, right? Your involvement increases and the engagement comes. Same with the relationship. Isn't it funny how the correlations between marriage and business are one and the same, right? We got the initial attraction, you love the business. We got the flirting, okay, I'm flirting with the idea of, you know, kind of maybe doing a little more. Then you start dating, you like what you see, what's going on, and then you decide, I want to be exclusive, I want to make a commitment. And then as the business starts to get better, as the relationship starts to get better, you decide, let me lock this thing down. I want to become engaged, right? And in business, when you become engaged, that means now you're not just going to the meetings. Now you're not just going to the trainings. Now you're not just, you know, participating from a looky-loo standpoint or an observer's standpoint. Now you are engaged. You are giving the meetings. You are doing the 3-ways. You are helping with the trainings. All of that stuff kind of changes. The tables turn and you start working a little bit more because now you are engaged. The same with your business, with your relationship. The priorities change. When you got that ring on your finger is a little bit different than when you were just a girlfriend. Totally different. So the priorities change. And at this point, a lot of times when you become engaged to the business, that's when you become gold. Right? You have a team now. You have responsibilities. You have priorities. You have people that are looking to you to make their businesses kind of work a little bit better because you have that knowledge. Your engagement level is higher. You are on a completely different level to do that. Now, super cool because when you're engaged, you can start doing other things. You can start teaching people how to do things like how to edify, how to do travel parties, Craigslist, all that kind of stuff, 3-ways. The game changes. And this is where you really start to be in that leadership role where people are, you know, you're taking on that responsibility. Okay. So super cool for you to be able to do that. And as, you know, a person that's engaged, of course, other responsibilities like doing 3-ways are important. So I am going to include to you guys information about being married to the game in the playbook. And I'll give you some information about that because at this point, that's where edification becomes important on both ends. How to edify, how to receive edification is important. So I'm going to share that information with you a little bit later when we go through the playbook, okay? Now, you're engaged, you're doing all that stuff, you're excited, right? You're gold, you're celebrating. This is exciting. Now, let me ask you, for all of you who have been married, who are married, who've been engaged, right? I believe that the honeymoon starts after you're engaged. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Okay? Think about, this is where the fun begins. This is where the goal happens. This is where you start getting the comma checks. This is where you're able to go to the golden up events. This is where you get that leadership, you know, extra bonus. This is where you're recognized in a big way as a leader when you get to gold, when you are engaged. Because remember that this ring and this analogy represents the same thing as that comma check. That ring is that comma check, right? So that comma check puts you on a whole different level, just like that engagement ring puts you on a whole different level, okay? So how many of you guys agree that the honeymoon starts actually before the wedding ceremony? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it hard. Wouldn't you agree that your honeymoon starts once you say I do, or yes, I'll, I do. Will you marry me? I do. Will you become? I am. Like, I'm a gold. I am. Will you marry me? I do. It's the same thing, right? That's when the honeymoon actually starts. Think about it. That honeymoon stage starts there. Now, I'm gonna be an adult for a minute. I know this is a training, but of course, this is Toni Ward, raw and uncut at all times, right? Think about it. That night, your engagement night, probably had a little more excitement, a little more fire than that marriage night, your wedding night, right? You probably was a little bit more, let me see, how can I put this? You was a little more about it on your engagement night than you were on your wedding night. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I got engaged, it was on the popper. But when I got married, I promise you, I went to sleep immediately after the ceremony because I was so tired from everything I had to do to get to that actual ceremony, okay? So super cool, because that's when your honeymoon stage actually starts, right there. Now listen, the stuff you have to do to get to this point, though, you guys, to become engaged, to become gold, to get to that level, to get to your goal, is the same exact stuff you have to do to keep yourself at that point. Think about it. The divorce rate in the United States is over 50%, okay? Your attrition rate for your back office is going to be the same if you do not continue to do what you did to get the agents on your team that you will do to keep the agents on your team, right? What you did to get them is what you have to do to keep them, period, point blank, okay? You got to keep on flirting. You have to keep on dating. You have to keep on engaging. You have to keep on committing, right? You have to keep on reminding them of what they were attracted to originally. Think about it. You're flirting. You want them to understand. Remember this business. Remember how good it is. Remember how much money you can make. You're dating. Okay, come on. We got to get to these travel parties. Let's get to these three-way calls. Let's get to these Q&As. Let's do all this stuff. Let's keep on dating. You have to be engaged. Okay, let me do some training. Let me do some home-based travel parties. Let me work with my business and my team. You have to be engaged, and you have to be committed to the people who are depending on you to help with their business. So remember that. You got to keep on doing what you did to get them, that you're going to do to keep them, okay? One major problem is lots of builders don't continue to do these things. So they end up marrying lots of people and losing them to divorce, to attrition, to that little monster that comes out at night, because they're like, well, shoot, they signed me up and they left me here. Yeah, we dated for a minute, and then after we dated, he didn't call me anymore. He didn't take me out anymore. He just kind of hit it and quit it, right? I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to go find somebody else. Think about it. Take it to that next level, because it's the same exact thing. You have to keep on doing what you did to get them, to keep them. In this case, you guys, making sure that everybody that you've brought to the business is super important. Think to yourself, it's cheaper to keep them, period. It's cheaper to keep them. What do I lose when I lose my agents? What do I lose when I lose that connectivity with them, okay? Now, after your honeymoon stage, of course, is your ceremony. You're gold, you've been gold, you're celebrating, and now here comes convention. It's time to celebrate. You're getting your speeches together, you're getting all your information together. It's time to actually celebrate. But listen, your ceremony, of course, walking that stage is super important, but you are to celebrate that goal every time you check your back office. You are celebrating. That is a ceremony. Every time you walk the stage at different levels, that is a celebration. That is your ceremony. Every time you get your residual check every single month, you should be celebrating that residual check. And it's really important for you to kind of hone in on that feeling that you have when you hit that goal. So every time you get, a point where you can celebrate, you can get that feeling back. So you can understand, oh my goodness, this is what it felt like to succeed. This is what it felt like to get this feeling back. You really have to hone into that so that you can bring that feeling back, manifest it so that you'll feel that way again, okay? I want to just say, first of all, let me stop here and give everybody who's reached the gold level and above a round of applause, because you guys have done a marvelous job. Not only have you committed yourself, but you've helped other people learn how to build their business so that they're able to learn how to commit themselves to their business. So super cool, super kudos to you guys for getting to that level. But after the ceremony is over, I promise you, this is where the real work begins, okay? Like I said earlier, it's cheaper to keep her. What are you losing? What is losing an agent going to cost you? It's going to cost you time, because a lot of times they're gone. It's like, oh my goodness, what did I do? You got to go back and try to get them back or figure out what's wrong and help them when you could have just been engaging with them the whole time so that you didn't lose them. What about your integrity? If you sign somebody up in this business and then you don't continue with them, you don't talk to them, you stop calling them, you don't answer their calls, right? You went ahead and they went all the way with you, and now you're avoiding their calls. What does that make you look like? You have to stay in integrity. You need to answer the calls of your agents when they call you. If they need something, you have to be there, right? So make sure you're doing that. What about self-esteem? You're a gold consultant, you look at your back office, and now you're an executive. Your self-esteem is going to be shot. It's going to cost you so much by just not doing what it took to get there, to stay there, okay? It's going to cost you money, and money, because you're not going to get that gold check if you don't keep your agents where they are. And always keep building, keep dating, keep flirting, keep committing yourself, keep engaging, stay in that celebratory mode so that they can celebrate too. Okay, so this is where it begins. You have to put in so much work to make sure that this relationship that you've built with your agents stays a good relationship. Now, if you are here right now watching this video, trying to understand what married to the game really means, I'm here to tell you that it means you're going to do a lot of work. It means that you're going to be committed to your future, your finances, and your freedom. But it also means that you are going to be the happiest that you've ever been, because you've committed to something that has the ability of changing your life. And I want you to understand that, okay? So, you guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the analogies that we have about being married to the game. This is Toni Ward. I want you to watch this again. I am going to do another video for you with the Married to the Game playbook so that you can watch that. So please, after you watch this, go ahead and watch that Married to the Game playbook so that you can see exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, and who you need to do it with, okay? So you guys, let's just figure out exactly what we need to do, because a love like this is something that you'll never be able to experience unless you decide to commit to your business. Toni Ward, travel agent training specialist with Evolution Travel. Signing off. Get part 2. Watch the Married to the Game playbook. Bye, everybody.